Mathematics, Chapter 1, Creation of Matrices and Determination. Elementary transformation of a matrix. A matrix can be transferred to another matrix by certain operation called elementary row operation and elementary column operation. Elementary row and column operation. Elementary row operation on a matrix are as follows. The interchange of any two rows of the matrix, replacing a row of a matrix by non-zero scalar multiples of the row by a non-zero scalar. Replacing a row of the matrix by the sum of the row with a non-zero scalar multiples of another row of the matrix. Elementary row operation and elementary column operation on a matrix are known as elementary transformation. We use the following notation for elementary row transformation. Interchanging of ith and jth rows is denoted by R1 to Rj. The multiplication of each element of ith row by a non-zero constant lambda is denoted by Ri to lambda Rj. Addition to ith row, a non-zero constant lambda multiplied by jth row is denoted by Ri to Ri plus lambda Rj. Similarly, notations are used for elementary column transformation. Row echelon form. Using the row elementary operation, we can transfer a given non-zero matrix to be simplified form called a row echelon form. In a row echelon form, we may have rows all of whose entries are zero. Such rows are called zero rows. A non-zero row is one in which at least one of the entire is not zero. For instance, in the matrix 6 0 minus 1 0 0 1 0 0 0. R1 and R2 are non-zero rows and row 3 is a zero rows. Row echelon form. The non-zero matrix E is said to be in a row echelon form if all zero rows of E occur below every non-zero row of E. The first non-zero element in any row I and E occurs in the jth column of E. Then all other entries in the jth column of E below the first non-zero element of row I are zeros. The first non-zero entries in the ith row of E lies to the left of the first non-zero entry in I plus 1th row of E. Note, non-zero matrix is in a row echelon form if all zeros row occur as bottom row of the matrix and if the first non-zero element in any lower row occur to the right of the first non-zero entry in the higher row. Method to reduce a matrix Aij m into n to a row echelon form. Step 1. Inspect the first row. If the first row is a zero row, then the row is interchanging with the non-zero row below the first row. If A11 is not equal to 0, then go to the step 2. Otherwise, interchange the first row R1 with any other row below the first row which has non-zero element in the first column. If no row below the first row has non-zero entry in the first column, then consider A12. If A12 is not equal to 0, then go to step 2. Otherwise, interchange the first row R1 with any other row below the first row which has a non-zero elements in a second column. If no row below the first row has non-zero entry in the second column, then consider A13. Proceed in the same way till we get a non-zero entry in the first row. This is called pivoting. The first non-zero element in the first row is called the pivot of the first row. Then step 2, use the first row and elementary row operation to transform all element under the pivot to become zeros. Step 3, consider the next row as first row and perform step 1 and 2 with the rows below this row. Only repeat the steps into all rows are exhausted. Then rank of matrix. To define the rank of matrix, we have to know about submatrices and minors of a matrix. Let A be a given matrix. A matrix obtained by deleting some rows and some columns of A is called a submatrix of a. A matrix is a submatrix of itself because it is obtained by leaving zero number of rows and zero number of columns. Recall that the determinant of square submatrix of a matrix is called a minor of the matrix. Note, if a matrix consists at least one or non-zero element, then minor of A greater than 1. The rank of the identity matrix In is n. If the rank of matrix A is R, then these exist at least one minor of A or order R which does not vanish, and every minor of A or order R plus 1 and higher order if any vanishes. If A is an m into n matrix, then minor of A less than or equal to minimum m comma n and the minimum of m comma n. A square matrix A of order n as inverse if and any if minor of A equal to n. Then Gaussian-Jordan method. Let A be a non-singular square matrix of order n. Let B be a inverse of A. Then we have AB equal to BA equal to IN. By the properties of IN, we have A equal to IN, A equal to AIN. Consider the equation A equal to IN A. Since A is a non-singular, pre-multiplying by a sequence of elementary matrix row operation on both sides of 1. A on the left hand side of 1 is transformed to the identity matrix In, and the same sequence of elementary matrix row operation transform In of the right hand side of 1 to a matrix B. So equation 1 transformed to In equal to BA. Hence the inverse of A is B, that is A inverse equal to B. Note, if E1, E2, Ek are elementary matrix row operations such that Ek to E2, E1, A equal to In, then A inverse equal to Ek, E2, E1. Transforming a non-singular matrix A to the form In by applying elementary row operation is called Gauss-Jordan method. The step of finding A inverse by Gauss-Jordan method are given below. Step 1. Argument the identify the matrix In on the right side of A to get the matrix A In. Step 2. Obtain elementary matrix E1, E2, Ek such that Ek, E2, E1, A equal to In. Apply E1, E2, Ek on A, In, then Ek, E2, E1, A, Ek, E2, E1, In, that is In A inverse. Thank you, children.